Yo, man. Yo, Monkey D! Yo, that fucking rocked! Yeah. Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece Chapter 745 review. That is 745 of One Piece. This week's chapter was on some other level shit. Don Quixote, Doflamingo, and Pika were too goddamn impressive. Let me be clear. Don Quixote, Doflamingo, and Pika were just too goddamn impressive. Yo. Son, that was crazy. That was bonkers. That was nutty. I cannot believe this shit. Flamingo. All we see is this marionette made out of strings, headless, and all the strings that it comprised of are going into the sky, and then they disperse around the entirety of the island, and they make a giant cage. I'm like, yo, this country's fucked. Flamingo is insane. And for those of you guys who wanted to say that Flamingo was that Kyros was Admiral level because he cut Flamingo's head off, no, not even close, not even remotely close, not even remotely close. I told you guys, it made no fucking sense. It made no sense. This is the same guy who was able to tussle with Sir Crocodile, who the only person that he genuinely fears at this point in time is Kaido. I mean, just take a look again. I keep on referencing this because it's so important when it gives you some insight on just how far he is willing to go to appease like a few dudes. One in particular, Kaido, the King of Beasts, and how the last thing he wants is Kaido to come knock on his fucking door, be like, "Yo, fuck is the goods." This dude is so well prepared, and he is so adamant about making sure that his production is constantly maintained, where he actually built the factory out of kairoseki. So Duffer users are gonna have a hard time when it comes to infiltrating the factory. Furthermore, it's very tough and it's very durable because it's kairoseki. It can handle a lot. And even though Flamingo right now is just pulling out all the stops, and he said, you know what, I should have done this shit from day one. Alright, I should have ruled you guys over with a fucking iron fist. Even though he's pulling out all the stops now, given the circumstances, since, again, things right now are, again, they're not in his favor, because his sugar passed out. People have now, awakened from they're pretty much aware of Flamingo being the cause of the majority of the bad incidents that occurred in the past and in the present. And how they've lost families and loved ones because of Flamingo. And guys have, individuals have spent a lot of time, years, decades, well, not decades, but years, as toys. So he's ruined a lot of lives, and people want their vengeance. And the fact that Flamingo still has, like, this up his sleeve, birdcage. And the fact that Pika is definitely his main go-to guy. That's obvious. He's changing the fucking landscapes. He's not just changing like small little castle areas. He is literally changing the landscapes. Yo, this stone power is impressive. In order to destroy Pika, you have to destroy the entire landscapes. You have to. I mean, this dude was able to rise the factory underground, able to alter the structure of the castle completely. He was able to take the flower field and like relocate it elsewhere. I'm like, bro, he did this shit in like a few minutes. I'm like, Pika, chill. Take it easy, man. Bring it down. Literally, bringing shit down. But no, Pika's is that fucking good. And what I do want to say here is that the people right now that are Flamingo's major, like, biggest threats are as follow. Even though he just... Well, no, let me say that one for last, okay? Number 1, Sabo. That's very obvious. Sabo. Sabo's a massive threat. Number 2, Fujitora. Obviously a massive threat. That's very obvious. Number 3, Don Chin. Because we don't know what's going to happen when it comes to some of the people that were combatants in the Coliseum. Obviously, there's some guys like Dagama, and like there's some guys like those 2 evil dudes, like the 2 Arab evil dudes. They are probably going to actually take up Flamingo's offer when it comes to the bounty, because they want the money. They want the moolah. They want the green. Make it rain, bitch. Fucking, yeah. Hey, man. Even though it's only $2, make it rain. They want to make it rain. So if they want that money, then they're going to do whatever it takes to do. I mean, they're going to do whatever it takes in order to get that money. So that is what it is. And I don't know if, I mean, I guess the more scumbag dudes, they're going to join on in Flamingo's crusade. But when it comes to other people, like Elizabeth, like Ideo, no, I highly doubt it. And then, of course, there is Monka D. And Monka D. Luffy, I mean, I'll give him credit, because he did fight the good fight. But, I mean, he's not down and out, that's obvious. He only got 1 punch, but, well, he got strings to the back, and then he got 1 punch. A clear on arm and hockey punch, like straight up. But that was one hell of a punch. I mean, like Flamingo, all he did was block when it came to arm and hockey. And then he just gave him a clear right hook to the face. I was like, yo, Luffy was genuinely outclassed. That's what's so surprising about this. Luffy was genuinely outclassed. Like, yo. I'm like, fuck, dog. Yo, fuck, dog. Fuck, dog. And Flamingo has other shit, too. I mean, like that one kick they did on Krios, whatever his name is. That one kick, to say the least, had some power. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? And he still has that overheat ability that he did on Sanji beforehand. He still has the 5 color strings as well that he showed against Sanji. He's using the parasite strings. Well, at this point in time, well, actually, now that the birdcage is active, he can probably use his strings to latch onto the birdcage strings and fly around via those means. So now he can fly around and shit. His area of effect is like country level, bro. It's like, bro, like, yo, Flamingo. It's like, bro, it's like, you're way up here for no reason, bro. I mean, just this is all to maintain the current status of his country. This is all to maintain the current workings of the factory, so he doesn't piss off Kaido. This is all not to piss off Kaido, to maintain the way things are. Yeah. And this time he's going to rule by an iron fist. There will be no mercy. There will be no leeway. But the problem here is that he's actually now incorporated the Marines into this situation. And because of his status, see, I'm thinking that, see, now that I realize, Fujitora is a major threat because of his mindset and his ideals. Because he wants to abolish the system of the Ichichibukai. Fujitora is blind justice. However, given Flamingo's status and his ties to the Tenryubito, the Celestial Dragons, Fujitora may not be able to actually harm or hurt Quixote. So Flamingo may be A-okay in those regards. The sun is out. Sun is shining. Yeah. But he may be able to actually, you know, well, he probably won't be able to, you know, attack Flamingo. And people are saying that CP0 are also on the island still. I don't know. I have no idea. They may have left. But if they are there, then they're also going to be on Flamingo's side. Despite the fact that what Flamingo was doing is assisting other pirates across the world, it's his status that is a monkey wrench in the Marines plan and in the world government plan. That's very obvious. Otherwise, CP0 and Fujitora would have teamed up and they would have taken out Flamingo. So, but that's the way it is. Now, are we gonna see? Because this fight between Luffy and Flamingo, I doubt it's over. But actually, what may happen now is that the main combatants against Flamingo may be Sabo. The main fight here may be Sabo versus Flamingo. Again, we're not too sure. Because there still is stuff to fight. And keep in mind, even though this arc has been going, I don't know how long the arc has been going for, but keep in mind that there's still stuff to find out. For example, Sabo and the others still need to find the factory that holds the weapons. Also, they still have yet to find Kanjiro's jail. So there's still stuff to actually find out. And that can probably go for another, like, few years at least. Well, no, not a few years, but maybe a few months. So it depends how fast Oda wants to increase the pace or not. But right now, we've made dramatic steps in the story. That's very obvious. And Birdcage is active, and Pika is just altering shit. Pika is a lot more powerful than I gave him credit for. He really is. He's a lot more powerful. I'm like, yo, this guy is really fucking good. This guy is amazing. So, right now, I'm digging this heavy. And also, I do want to point out that fucking Robin, she was best friends with Sabo and Koala, and she knew Hack. I'm like, yo, that ass Robin. So, the only way Robin gets no criticism is if Sabo didn't tell her. Is if Sabo didn't tell Robin that he was Luffy's older bro. If Sabo did tell her, and if Robin kept that shit hidden from Luffy, Robin